just general thoughts on just some of the things that you couldn't repeat from yesterday to today.
Right. Well, that's a part of preseason. You're trying to string together as many consistent, high-level days that you can. And then all of a sudden you kind of get, punched in the face. And NAU, I got to give them credit. Like, they played some great volleyball. We knew that they were a scrappy team. And they definitely played like themselves. And so I just want to, say I thought NAU played a great job or played a great match. And I thought they did a good job picking us apart. And so, in preseason, of course you'd like to go 6-0, but hey, 5-1, there's a lot of positive glimmers that we have so far. But today is humbling, and we can lose and feel sorry for ourselves, or we can lose and learn. And if we lose and learn, it's a loss on the record, but I don't feel like it's a loss as a team. If we continue growing and seeing, our leaks and where we can, plug those leaks and get stronger from this. So, at the beginning of season, when you get hit in the face like this, I think it can be a very productive thing if you handle it well. And I think we have a group that's going to do that.
Yeah. Unfortunately, you had to look at a lot of different things today, but is that one of those things you're going to look back at and like, okay, we had to figure out what we're going to do at libero when we're in this situation.
Yeah. And I want to I always try to find a glimmer, like there's a lot of bad stuff that we can look at. Just look at the box score, but a good positive glimmer today was Natalie. I thought she did a great job managing that switch, and even Hunter coming in. I don't feel like our first contact out of serve receive fell too much after Bella went out, and Bella, her superpower is her serve receive. And so I thought Natalie did a great job. So I definitely want to make sure we're finding areas where people grew and did it today. And so I was really proud of her.
And when you were looking for a lift from someone, Bella's came in and played really well.
Yeah, absolutely. And she's got the capability of doing that. Where I think we got caught up is we wanted one play to fix the day and then it go our way, right? And for us, we got to learn that a win is a win, even if it's absolutely ugly and not our style. Like, we got to make sure we're okay of playing a scrappy, ugly game of volleyball and finding ways to still terminate, finding ways to still score. And I think we wanted it to be a little easier than what it should have been. So again, NAU did a great job just being stubborn in the right way.
Was there anything specific you saw in that third set that enabled you to get the job done that you didn't see in the others?
Yeah, our attackers were being assertive, and I thought that was our cleanest match, that was our cleanest set of the day, which was still pretty low. We hit 200, and we've been hitting way above that so far this season. But I feel like our hitters were seeing some simple seams. We weren't making things a bigger deal than what they were. Again, I think we just wanted to get the kill and end the point. I don't think we wanted to take the swing and they get maybe a bad first contact and we didn't defend their out of system very well. However, I think in that third set, we were able to do that. I also think NAU was getting themselves back organized because one of their outsides went down, and so I think that was a part of their adjusting as well. But after set 3, I was like, okay, all right, we're back, we're good. And again, it just, I keep saying good job to NAU, but good job to them. A big player went down, and I thought they found a way to claw back. And again, I just think we wanted it to be simple, and getting out of the mud is not simple, and that's okay. This is why we're going to learn. We're going to be better from this today.
Is that one of those things where you can tell them over and over again, you can't play like this, it'll come back to bite you, and then they just have to go through it to actually learn?
Sometimes, we hate having to go through it, but sometimes this feeling is actually what you need to learn that lesson, and I'm sure Washington State had the same conversation last night to bounce back from today, right? And so absolutely, we were a broken record all day today in our timeouts. We were trying to, out of system, trying to dig high, and we just weren't applying a game plan as well. But again, to your point, I think we're going to learn a lot from this. I do trust that these girls are learners. I do trust that they always want to get better, and I'm not losing faith in our team at all. We just got hit in the face today.
What do you think about moving forward, the trip ahead, a huge road trip of atmosphere, opponent, everything?
Mm-hmm. Well, and we talked about that in the locker room today. We're going to focus on Friday's match, and that's what we're going to talk about, and then we go on to Saturday. But I did there's a reason why we put Nebraska on the schedule, and do not talk about hoping to just play well and enjoy the experience. Every single day we step foot on the court, we play to win. We play to battle. And that's going to be our locker room talk. We are capable. Anybody's capable. So why not us? And so we put it on there. Maybe that this loss today helps us be really refined and determined in the gym this week. So when we hit the road and go to Nebraska, we're even more prepared.
It looked like last night when you guys came back down 8-5 in the fifth and came back and won that, you really went with kind of stay with the starters, kind of that group. Tonight you were kind of moving some folks around. Is that just kind of just still seeing which pieces work well together?
Yeah, if you're in week 2 and you've got it all figured out, I think that's kind of scary. You got to make sure you've got some plan Bs, plan Cs. Injuries happen, sicknesses happen. Sometimes it's just not your day. And I would have loved to continue going with the starters today, but I want to give it time for them to get themselves out. I want them to know that they do not need to play volleyball looking over their shoulder and wondering what our next move's going to be. But today it was imperative that we made some changes. But I also want to make sure our bench is prepared to be able to go out there and not just give somebody a breather, but be productive. So we talk about our 120th all the time. That's how many girls are on our roster, and every single person matters. And it's tough coming off the bench. I talk about it all the time with them because you're either going to not blow a big lead or you're going in to make it change. You're going in to change the vibe on the court. And so either way, you're going in to make an impact. So your touches are very important. Your presence is very important. Your confidence is very important. So again, I think we could have done that better today. And I think, again, that goes to our 120th, realizing, shoot, I could go in at any time. And so I definitely want to make sure we use all our pieces. But yeah, today was one of those.